Below the bedrock. Below the bedrock is the fourth episode of Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. Synopsis. Our heroes take a journey to a long-forgotten land where nothing is quite what it seems and dangers lurks around every corner. Will Jesse's new alliances and friendships withstand the test they'll face? Plot. After narrowly escaping from the admin's twisted prison, Jesse and the remaining fugitives discover not just a forgotten city, but an entire world buried beneath the bedrock. Though largely in ruin, the gang quickly learns it's not entirely abandoned, leaving them to win over wary inhabitants, face unexpected challenges, and pursue the real truth about the admin's origins. Characters: Patan Oswalt as Jesse, Catherine Cat Tabor as Jesse, Fred Score as Jack, Ashley Johnson as Petra, Yuri Lowenthal as Radar and Willie, Mark Barbalak as Nern, and Kent Luna, no lines. Raw Rubens as Ivor, Scott Porter as Lucas, epilogue. April Stewart as Zara and Cam, Giant Enderman, no lines. Giant Magma Golem, no lines. Melee Flangang as Pork Chop, Katie Conas as Soup, Carrie Welgren as Val, Kimberly Brooks as Binta, Waffles, no lines. TBA as Hilda, Juliani Bashar as Wanda, Blocko, no lines. Fred, Portrait. Gene Bennett, JB, Black as Romeo, epilogue and jukebox recording. Deaths. Unknown amount of unnamed goofballs. Unknown amount of unnamed goofballs. Confirmed deaths. Val's and Soup's army. Confirmed deaths. Determinant. Giant magma cube. Hostile mobs. Choices. Did you accept the scavenger's deal? 66.5% of players didn't accept the scavenger's deal. 33.5% of the players accepted the scavenger's deal. Did you win the trivia contest? 79.5% of players won the trivia contest in Fred's Keep. 20.5% of players lost the trivia contest. What did you say to Petra? 80.4% of the players promised to stay with Petra. 17.6% of the players promised to wait for Petra. 2% of the players stayed silent. Did you give Zara her bed? 87.5%. 87.5% of players gave Zara her bed. 12.5% of players didn't give Zara her bed. Who did you bring to the surface? 66.1% of players brought Fred's people to the surface. 33.9% of players brought Radar to the surface. Trivia. This episode marks the return of Ivar, who has been absent since A Journey's End. First appearance of Fred, painting. First and last appearance of Kent. First and last appearance of Cam. First and last appearance of Willie. First and last appearance of Waffles. First and last appearance of Blocko. First and last appearance of Wanda. First and last appearance of Hilda. First and last appearance of the Giant Magma Golem. First and last appearance of Soup. First and last appearance of Val. First and last appearance of Pork Chop. First and last appearance of the Scavengers. Last appearance of Zara, if her bed was given. Last appearance of the giant Enderman, if radar is brought. Last appearance of Binta, if radar is brought. Oh. It was confirmed that the director of Below the Bedrock is Daniel Rozil. Telltale Games announced on Twitter on their official site that Below the Bedrock would release on the 7th of November 2017. References: http://stirpicus period tum.bl.com/who-r-the-directors-of-directors-of-eps-4-5-of-MCSM-S2 2. https://telltale-games/status/9235648926486282224 3. https://telltale.com/news/2017/10/episode-4-of-Minecraft-story mode. Story-mode-season-2-debuts-November-7. Comments. Unlived Artist says, I accepted the scavenger's deal. I won the trivia contest. I told Petra I'd stay with her. I gave Zara her bed. I saved Fred's people. WG Wolfie 1 says, best episode ever. Dracula TR in response says, nah, Jailhouse, Block, and Hard Place are better than this. In response, Dark Matter Blade, the last place you look is. And then John Scratcher says, more like Access Denied is. WG Wolfie 1 says, I accept the scavenger's deal. I won the trivia contest. I promised to stay with Petra. I gave Zara her bed. I brought Fred's people to the surface. Wiki Browser 7 in response says, nice choices. VVV Annabeth Chase VVV says, whoever stayed silent while Petra poured her heart out literally has no soul. Hi Guy 258 says, in response, says, Technoblade. Aperino 416 says, Technoblade has no soul. WG Wolfie 1 says, Jesse committing suicide. Jesse Fan 1 says in response, I see that. Then Jesse dies. I see him sometimes responds, F. Goo Shade says, the only thing waiting for you below the bedrock is an invisible floor of death. The only thing waiting for you below the bedrock is an invisible... The only thing waiting for you below the bedrock is an invisible floor and death. MCSM Fan 7 says, I accepted the scavenger's deal. I won the trivia contest. I promised to stay with Petra. I gave Zara her bed. I brought Fred's people back up to the surface. Unknown 1? Unknown 11223345 in response says, same, but I promised I will wait for Petra. EP Norino 416 says in response, same, but I refused the deal. Medieval Vibe says, I declined the scavenger's deal. I won the contest. I stayed silent. I did not give Zara her bed. I brought Radar to the surface. Radar the Cinnamon Roll 20895 says, here I cried a lot at the cabin scene. I mean, my ship.
Tetra!
What the fuck? Sari's Angel Girl says,
who actually brought Luna in Jailhouse Brock and had the golden apple armor for Rumo's challenge. I think it looked pretty awesome. However, as I chose to bring Nerm, my Jessie wore one of the sets Val and Soup made.
Daft Boyden says,
to be honest, I'm going to give this like a 6 out of 10. While prefer over Jailhouse Block, episode was so bad. It was not a great or superior episode. It's more average or a little good. This episode was supposed to be like that last place you'd look. To be honest, I like that episode more, but it wasn't handled as strongly as that episode. This was also supposed to be Petra's big moment, but she's not the focus like you would expect. The cabin scene is okay. I wish it was handled more emotionally, like Zara's losing her bed, and I wanted Petra's moment to have a little better place in this. Potentially good characters in this episode are wasted and forgettable. Binta, while having glimpses of personality, isn't around long enough to show it, but I still love her, which is why I saved her and prefer her more than Radar. And the trivia contest seems like filler. The only saving grace I can find is that Ninja Ivor is funny, but then again, his part is a little rushed, so I stopped laughing. I don't hate this episode, but it's better than Jailhouse Block, but not as good as the last place. You look from season 1, so 6 out of 10.
Gooshade says in response, can you explain that why of all of Octus has Chan in their names? Jesse's Fan 1 says, happy late first anniversary to this page. Order of the Female Jessie says, happy first anniversary, Below the Bedrock. Jessie Fan 300 says, one thing that said in this episode explained the episode's rating from me. You know, it's 1 trillion of 10. Anyone who said that? Jessie Fan 1, no question mark. Jam Bastard said, I know, I'm 3 years late, but Soup said that. Oh my god, another paragraph.
Sarah Gamer HD says, this is, without a doubt, my favorite episode in the entire franchise. I loved how emotional it was, which gives it a more powerful feels choices that makes it even more tougher than the last. And how interesting the story of Admin was told by Zara. This is also very heartwarming, especially with the cabin scene. Gosh darn it, when Petra cried after hearing Chessie's words, I literally almost cried as well. Oh, and Ivor returning as well. So flipping awesome. The writing is so darn good as well. Out of all of the episodes of the entire Minecraft story franchise, I rate this episode a perfect score of 100% out of 100%. My favorite episode so far.
Jessie Fan 1 responds, it was awesome. Jack and Nerm says, I know, right? The emotions and music were just fantastic. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how both episodes 4 had such tensions and emotions. Jessie Fan 1 responds, I'm sure did include a lot of emotions. A lot is misspelled. It's A-L-O-T. But actually you're supposed to be is A space lot. A lot. It's a lot is not a single word. Idiot. Sonic Gamer Girl responds, I know, right? I legitimately cried when Petra, after hearing Jessie's heartwarming words, I thought this was so sweet. I love Petra, no matter what. Smiley face.
Love grows bigger than before in your heart. There's always more. The cabin scene and Petra's heart-to-heart talk with Jessie made me want to sing Always More from the Barbie as the Island Princess.
Crying, smiley face. Carrie's Angel Girl says, I was surprised Romeo only appears at the end of this episode, even though you still hear recordings of his voice. Order of the Female Jessie response, me too. Jessie Fan 1 response, I agree. Ming Fruit response, same. Oh my god, how many comments are there? Ender Dragon Crystal. This episode was fantastic. I love the underneath. I loved Ivor's return. I loved the giant Endman. Were there moments in these that made me cry? And the ending was so open-ended. However, there are a lot of useless characters and plot holes that I didn't like. I rate Below the Bedrock 83 out of 100. Jesse's fan 1 responds, I liked this episode, and I learned new at Fred's Keep. Learned something new at Fred's Keep, and I loved it. I rate Below the Bedrock 94 out of 100. Jane Rohot 0811 says, when Ivor came down to the underneath, he must have known a way to the up. This means the whole portal thing is pointless. Red Gamer 75 says, a thing I noticed in this episode is that Jesse and Co returned to the world, and they are still wearing the prisoner outfits. But in the giant consequences, the outfits changed straight away when they sent to the Sunshine Institute. So I'm wondering, why didn't they change back once they returned to their world? Gerald-XR-Donovan responds, Romeo changed them. Septile Forever responds, well, Above and Beyond was released now, and Jesse already changed his clothes back, but I'm still wondering how Jesse got his clothes back, though. I mean, Romeo did change Jesse's clothing into a prisoner outfit and also take his stuff, including armor, by putting the armor in the order hall, evidenced by how there's still all of the Order's armor you can choose back in the Hero in Resistance. Red Gamer 75 responds, and Petra, Jack, Radar, Nerm also had their outfits changed into prisoner outfits, and they got their original outfits back in episode 5, and depending on who made to get the clock, Petra and Jack had their armor turned black and red. I'm also curious how they made it get back to the original color. Wait, Zara said that item you place in the item frame will teleport you to its owner, and the amulet's owner was Soren. That could only mean Soren is dead. Sad face. Ula what the fuck? Responds, I think she meant the place where the thing amulet was crafted. Load more comments. No!